Hi guys, this is Antonio Jones again, back for my first official vlog. This is gonna be the comic one. I'm gonna name it Antonio's Comic Alley. Coming at you for the nerd element. Now, when I first was talking about doing comics, I was gonna start with the Forever Evil DC event. But first, I would like to discuss the background with you with the Trinity War event that leads up to Forever Evil. So this is Trinity War. Since I moved, my comics are actually in storage right now, but this is all I got for right now. So, Trinity War actually is the story of the three Justice Leagues, which are the regular Justice League that includes Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash. And then you have the Justice League of America, which was made by Argus by Amanda Waller, which includes Steve Trevor, Dr. Light, Martian Manhunter, Stargirl, Firestorm, and I forget. I forget. It's been a while since I read that one. And then there's also Justice League Dark, which is John Constantine, Zatanna, Frankenstein's monster, Madame Xanadu, and Deadman. Now, what happens in Trinity War is, in the beginning, this goes way back to the Flashpoint event, where Flash is coming back to reset the timeline, and then you see one of the newest DC characters, Pandora, in the background, messing with the flow of time. And this Trinity War tells a story of the three Justice Leagues and the Trinity of Sin. Now, the Trinity of Sin includes new character Pandora, the Phantom Stranger, and the Question, who are mystical beings that were punished by the gods to walk around forever and suffering. So, what happens in Trinity War is Batman and Superman are discussing, things about the Justice League, who to join. But Batman, as you know, Batman, he has protocols to deal with every member of the Justice League. And he is worried about Superman's relationship with Wonder Woman because Batman doesn't have a protocol to stop Wonder Woman. So he's basically telling Superman to stay, not get into the relationship. Eventually Superman and Wonder Woman meet up, and Pandora appears with Pandora's box, which is this mystical golden skull with three eyes. Now, she says that only the ones with the purest good or the darkest evil can open the box. So she gives it to Superman, but it doesn't have the effect, and it really messes with Superman and almost turns him evil. They get the box away from him, and Pandora goes away. Now, that scene ends, and then after a few other things happen, you run into Shazam, who is going to a different country to scatter the ashes of Black Adam, which he had an encounter with, because Black Adam lived in this country. Well, when the Justice League finds out that Shazam is going there, then the Justice League goes over there to stop him for whatever he's doing, and this event makes it so that Argus gets wind of it, and they send the Justice League of America down there to combat the Justice League to stop a war from occurring between this country and America. And what happens is they get into, because of Dr. Light's power to absorb light, and Superman, who absorbs light to get his powers, Dr. Light seems to overload around Superman, and while they're talking, he accidentally blasts Wonder Woman, and Superman grabs him, and then basically kills him with his heat vision. And then this prompts everyone to start fighting, and Superman, who seems to be out of control right now, tells everybody to stop and to arrest him. Now, back at Argus, it seems that Superman is sick for some reason, and that's when the question appears to him, and says, do you really want to find out who actually killed Dr. Light, because it wasn't you. And also in this background there is the Secret Society, which is a gaggle of supervillains, and the main orchestrator of here, is laughing and saying that he framed Superman, and that everybody's gonna think that he killed Dr. Light. So you advance further, and Wonder Woman thinks that the sickness is coming from Superman's encounter with Pandora. So she goes off to find the Justice League Dark, which they deal with magical problems in the DCU for the New 52. And she gets them to come with her to go fix Superman, but all the while Batman also got some of the Justice League and Justice League of America to meet them there. And then, they start talking, and John Constantine, who is basically the con man that knows pretty much everything in the universe, decides to take Shazam away, and those two go away. And during this, you will read this in Constantine's side story tie-in. He tries to steal Shazam's powers, but that doesn't end well for him, and he's left for dead. Now, Pandora, who, is searching for the deepest evil or the greatest good, encounters, in her time, she encounters Vandal Savage, and the box doesn't open for him either. So, now the other Justice Leagues, they kind of split, with Superman leading one group, Batman leading one group, and Wonder Woman leading one group. Eventually, they all collide. Eventually, Wonder Woman's group encounters, I want to say it was Batman's group, with encounters them in Pandora, because she was going to give the box to Lex Luthor, and somehow through all the fighting, Wonder Woman ends up with the box, and she kind of goes evil, and eventually the more fighting ensues, they get the box away from her because Shazam appears. But when Shazam grabs the box, it has like a catastrophic effect around everybody who is magical, and the box is infecting everyone with evil, so everybody wants the box for its power. Eventually, Zatanna, who's part of Justice League Dark, puts a spell on it, but she gets overwhelmed by everybody else, and Wonder Woman is about to pick up the box when, surprise, surprise, John Constantine appears, and he's able to hold the box without it really affecting him, which was really interesting. And eventually him and Zatanna walk away because they found Madame Xanadu, who had been captured by the Secret Society back in the end of the first issue of Trinity War. And eventually all the Justice Leagues meet up and they start fighting over the box. And during this, the box goes dormant, and everybody's trying to figure out, well, since the box isn't working, why is Superman still sick? Now, the real question appears is that when the leader of the Secret Society appears, the Stranger, tells everybody that the box, it wasn't a mystical item, it's actually a portal to another world, and that it was time for him to open it. And then the last issue has him opening in the last issue, you find out that Atomica, who's also part of the Justice League, was actually not part of them, but she's actually with the Secret Society. She was going by Atom at first, but her real name's Atomica. And she tells them that, oh, Superman's so sick because I put a sliver of kryptonite into one of his nerve receptors in his brain, which activated his heat vision, which caused him to kill Dr. Light. And she also tells Cyborg that he's a traitor too. And then an entity within Cyborg appears and takes all his mechanical parts off, leaving him for dead, and this creates Grid. And eventually the Stranger opens the box, and another Justice League comes out, but they're the evil Justice League from Earth 3, and that the Trinity Ascendant really had nothing to do with what was going on, but it was all about the number 3. And this Justice League is actually called the Crime Syndicate, which is the evil Justice League. And the comic ends with them saying that they're going to begin their mission, and that the world then belongs to the Crime Syndicate. And with that is what's going to start Forever Evil, and I will be covering that from issue 1 and the next Antonio's Comic Book Alley vlog. I'm really excited to talk about it. I want to thank you guys for listening, and feel free to leave comments for me if you want to know more about the different issues. And with that, Happy New Year, and I'll see y'all with the next podcast.